Hi guys, cinematic recap here. Before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead. Today, I'm gonna explain an American crime and mystery movie, called Death on the Nile. This movie is a sequel to Murder on the Orient Express and has a very interesting plot, so watch it until the end. In 1914 during World War I, a young Hercule Poirot devises a successful strategy for his Belgian infantry company to reclaim the enemy territory. Despite their success, his captain is killed by a booby trap, which also mutilates his face. Therefore, he is being treated by his fiancée, Catherine, who does not recoil and tells him to grow a mustache to hide his scars. In 1937, Poirot enters a London club, where he watches a blues singer, Salome Otterborn, performs. He also sees Jackie de Belfort dancing passionately with her fiancé Simon Doyle. A few minutes later, Jackie's childhood friend, heiress Lynette Ridgway, also enters the club. Jackie introduces her to Simon, hoping that Lynette will offer him a job since Simon is unemployed. Surprisingly, Lynette hires him on the spot and asks him to dance together, causing Jackie to feel uncomfortable with them. 6 weeks later, Poirot is on vacation in Egypt and encounters his old friend, Bouc, who is flying a kite above the Great Pyramid of Giza. Bouc then introduces him to his mother, Euphemia, who works as a painter. Not only that, he invites Poirot to join them at the hotel tomorrow to celebrate the wedding of a surprising couple, Lynette and Simon, which means that Simon has broken up with Jackie. The next day in the hotel, there are others who join the party: Lynette's longtime personal maid, Louise Bourget, Salome and her niece/manager, Rosalie, who is also Lynette's classmate. Lynette's godmother, Marie Van Schuyler, with her nurse, Mrs. Bowers, Lynette's cousin and trustee, Andrew Cachadorian, who manages her accounts, and lastly Lynette's former fiancé, Linus Windlesham, who now works as a doctor. Afterwards, Bouc introduces the new couple, as Simon says that he was nobody and very lucky to have met and won Lynette's heart. It is also seen that Louise is checking Lynette's very expensive diamond necklace to make sure it's fine. In the middle of the party, Jackie, who is not invited to the party, suddenly comes to the hotel. Her presence certainly makes Lynette uncomfortable, which causes her to leave the party immediately. A few days later, Simon and Lynette ask Poirot for protection from the obsessive Jackie because Lynette is worried that she will do something bad to them. Because of this, Poirot decides to meet Jackie and advises her to forget her relationship with Simon. However, she does not want to and insists that Simon still loves her, and that she still loves him too. In the end, Poirot cannot dissuade her as she shows him that she carries a .22 caliber pistol. At night, Poirot informs Simon and Lynette about his previous encounter with Jackie. He then suggests the new couple to return to London and cancel their honeymoon for their safety, but Simon does not agree with Poirot's suggestion. The next morning, the group boards the cruise ship SS Carnac to escape Jackie. While the others are enjoying their trip, Lynette secretly meets Poirot, who is looking at a photograph of Catherine. She then tells him that she is paranoid and does not trust her guests, even though Jackie is not there. From then on, Poirot keeps an eye on all of the guests on the ship. When they arrive at Abu Simbel, Bouc confesses to Poirot that he is secretly dating Rosalie, even though his mother disapproves of it. On the other hand, Poirot is interested to the attractive Salome, who says that she approves of her niece's relationship with Bouc. Meanwhile, Simon and Lynette barely dodge a falling boulder as they climb up the temple. At the same time, a sandstorm suddenly comes, forcing everyone to enter the temple. After the sandstorm passes, the guests return to Karnak to discover that Jackie has also boarded the ship. Thus, Lynette is very scared, saying that Jackie will try to kill them. She even wants to buy the whole ship as long as she can get away from her. At dinner, Louise gets Lynette a scarf. Marie also asks Louise about her missing scarf. At that time, Poirot's book was swapped with Rosalie's, so she decides to return it. After that, Simon and Lynette tell Poirot that they are going back home the next morning. Hearing this, Jackie gets angry and leaves the dinner party, while Simon asks Poirot to drink champagne, celebrating their successful escape from Jackie. Poirot, overcome by champagne, goes up to the deck and meets with Jackie. He then confides to her that he renounced romance after Catherine died in a mortar explosion. He also feels the same loss as Jackie and asks her to forget Simon, just as he has forgotten Catherine and started a new life. Before Lynette goes to bed, she apologizes for her wrongdoing to Jackie and hopes to be friends like they used to be. Afterwards, Simon confronts and insults Jackie, which makes her very angry. Due to the intense argument, she shoots him in the leg and attempts to shoot herself. Fortunately, Rosalie and Bouc are at the bar and they immediately intervene. They bring Jackie to Mrs. Bowers to calm her down, while Windlesham treats Simon's wound. The following morning, Everyone on the ship is in an uproar after Louise discovers that Lynette has been shot in the head, and her precious necklace has been stolen. Windlesham estimates the time of Lynette's death to be between 12 and 2 a.m. They also find a bullet, probably .22 caliber. Poirot initially suspects that Jackie has killed her, but Mrs. Bowers tells him that Jackie has been sleeping all night because she has been sedated. He then asks Rosalie what she did after she took Jackie to Mrs. Bowers. Rosalie says that she went back to the bar to get Jackie's gun and kicked it under the couch, but soon after that, it has disappeared. Poirot then orders the captain to dredge the river around the ship. Meanwhile, Simon, who is crying over Lynette's death, accuses Jackie of killing his wife, but Poirot claims that Jackie was not the killer because she has a concrete alibi for the entire night. Later, Poirot, assisted by Simon and Bouc, interrogates the guests, each of whom has a grudge against Lynette or will stand to gain something from her death. The first interrogation is conducted on Louise, where it is revealed that she was going to leave Lynette's employment to be married, but Lynette strongly ended the engagement for her sake. Poirot then orders the crews to search the entire ship, but the necklace is still nowhere to be found. After Poirot presses Windlesham about his past relationship with Lynette, it is revealed that he was the part of the aristocratic family, but has given up his position to help other people as a doctor. The interrogation continues on Andrew, who almost let Lynette subscribe to a contract that would embezzle money from her. He also shows Poirot that he has a .45 caliber pistol and would use it if he wanted to kill Lynette. After that, it is Mrs. Bowers' turn to be interrogated. It turns out that her formerly wealthy family was ruined by Lynette's father during the Great Depression. After a while, the interrogation is intercepted by Marie, who is also a beneficiary of Lynette's will. Poirot eventually analyzes that she and Mrs. Bowers are lovers. Suddenly, the crew finds Jackie's gun dredged from the Nile. It is wrapped in Marie's missing scarf and a bloody handkerchief, and also 2 bullets were fired from the gun. Afterwards, Poirot continues his interrogation of Salome and Rosalie. It turns out that Salome was the target of Lynette's racist remarks a few years ago. She also admits that she keeps a .22 caliber pistol in her hat for self-protection. Shortly after, Euphemia suddenly comes to interrupt them and says that she has found Lynette's necklace in her vanity drawer. Poirot initially suspects that she resented Lynette for introducing Bouc to Rosalie. He then gathers Euphemia, Bouc, Rosalie, and Salome to reveal that Euphemia hired him to investigate Rosalie. Moreover, Poirot deliberately swapped his book for Rosalie's only to find that she is more than worthy of Bouc's affection. However, Euphemia still disagrees with her son's relationship. On the other hand, Rosalie, furious at being investigated, walks out followed by Poirot, who wants to apologize. The two accidentally discover Louise's body in the water wheel with her throat has been slit. According to Windlesham, she died on the ship and was thrown into the river, and her death was about 1 hour ago. They also find that she has money, covered in blood, so Poirot suspects that she witnessed Lynette's murder and blackmailed the killer. Furthermore, Windlesham identifies that the killer used a sharp blade like a scalpel. Because of this, Andrew spontaneously accuses him of being Louise's killer. A fight breaks out as Poirot sees a possible witness outline in the blood spatter. As his final effort, Poirot interrogates Bouc with Simon. He deduces that Bouc was the first to find Lynette dead. However, he decided to steal her necklace to gain financial freedom from his mother, rather than telling the others. After Poirot ordered the crews to search the cabin, Bouc attempted to return the necklace, but he came upon Louise arguing with someone, demanding money. He witnessed Louise's murder, but he cannot say who the killer was without admitting it stolen. So, he panicked and hid the necklace in his mother's belongings, believing that she would not be blamed. He then threw away the coat he was wearing because it was covered in Louise's blood. Unfortunately, before Bouc can reveal the killer, he is shot dead by someone out of nowhere. Poirot immediately chases the killer, but only finds the abandoned gun. Because of that, Poirot locks the surviving guests in the ship's bar. At first, he reveals that it was Andrew who dropped the stone on purpose at Abu Simbel Temple. Andrew finally admits his action as an act of despair, but he is adamant that he was not Lynette's killer. Poirot then continues revealing that Simon is Lynette's killer, with Jackie acting as mastermind. They are still lovers, and arranged Simon's romance with Lynette to inherit her wealth once she was killed. In fact, Jackie drugged Poirot's champagne and pretended to shoot Simon with a blank, while Simon faked his injury with paint stolen from Euphemia dripped on his handkerchief. When Jackie distracted Bouc and Rosalie, Simon rushes to Lynette's room and killed her in no time, with Louise witnessing the murder. After that, he shot his own leg, muffled by Marie's scarf, and then wraps the handkerchief, the scarf, and the gun, throwing them into the Nile. Meanwhile, it was Jackie who killed Louise with Windlesham's scalpel, and Book with Andrew's gun. Jackie still denies that Poirot has no proof of what he said before. Hence, Poirot faces them with the proof of Simon's paint-stained handkerchief, where the warm waters of the Nile in springtime would set the color of blood to a dull brown, while a carmine red paint will fade to pink. Simon initially attempts to escape from the ship, but Jackie, knowing that there is no escape, embraces him and shoots him through the back, killing them both with one shot. When the passengers disembark, Salome admits that she is attracted to Poirot. However, he instead shows his cold personality because he cannot express his feelings for her. 6 months later in London, a clean-shaven Poirot visits Salome's club to watch her rehearse. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.